This is Football Thoughts.
Manchester United 2, Brentford 1. Great win. Another 3 points and 1 point away from the Champions League. Honorable mentions. Shout out to Lamins, who I think is by far one of the best goalkeepers in the league. Name another on form goalkeeper than Lamins, because please don't mention that Donnarumma fella to me. Yes, Aiden Heaven, sensational performance, professional things that he did on the pitch, defensive work rate on fleek, and as usual, the ball maneuver and ball technique and ball playmaking was OP and very astounding. Casemiro, another one, who's got more goals than Declan Rice and Moses Caicedo. You understand what I'm saying? With another outstanding performance and another one who's one of the best players in the league, if not one of the best midfielders in the league. And in my opinion, should be a candidate at team of the season. Because this man breaking the records that he's breaking in Manchester United, it's sensational and impressive. And like I said, I'm going to miss this sort of player. Kobe Mano played very well. Listen, the story of Ahmed today is that he played all right, in my opinion. But there were times where he could have done better, like that left footed on his weak foot shot on goal. Yeah, it's on your weak foot, but come on, you should be doing better. And, a credit to him, he provided a lot of outlet in the attack in terms of the build up. You understand what I'm saying? He provided a lot of attack to the build up to the second goal, Sesko's goal. So it's a shame he got subbed off, but who he got subbed off on was something that Michael Carrick impressed me with. Bringing him on for Mazarawi, you know, just to set up shop and hold up the structure from the midfield to the defensive line was a technical, impressive str- decision by Carrick. And so I believe, him subbing Diallo and bringing on Mazarawi was very impressive. Dalot, on the other hand, playing in the winger position just shows you how we're lacking a little bit of depth in the attacking outlet. As soon as Cunha gets injured, Doku's on the bench, but we knew Doku wasn't going to play today because of his injury. We just weren't going to take the chance. We need him to be fully fit for the Liverpool game in any case. Bruno Fernandes had a steady game. You know how he is, stat padding. Performance was mediocre. I gave him a 5 out of 10 at best. Same with Brian and Mbeumo. And one thing I've noticed, when Brian and Mbeumo is playing on either the left wing or the right wing, you're gonna get the same results. A Buki first touch, but does enough to get us into certain positions to score a goal, which, to be fair, is good for what we signed him for. But I honestly expect better performances from Brian Bemo in the near future, coming into his second season right now, coming into later this season. Sesko, on the other hand, the way this man plays as a pivot is terrifying. Man can't set up build up play. He was lacking a lot of touches on the ball, especially in the first half. When we came on in the second half, we were a bit slow, considering we just took off an attacking outlet player, but you still did not see any sort of movement calling for the ball from Sesko in the second half. You didn't see it in the first half, but it almost seems as if he's not technical enough to be receiving that final ball to build up with the two wings. Xerxes is more of that sort of player, but we barely play teams that allow him to be that sort of player. Xerxes has to be the sort of main anchor that Sesko's playing as a target man. Xerxes can play as a pivot, but against teams that don't have a very physical defense. You understand what I'm saying? But they both provide different styles. I honestly feel like Sesko, although he got the goal today, very good goal that he took, he lacked a lot of involvement in any other build up towards any other plays that we're trying to make in the attack, which is not worrying, but at the same time, it gives me an idea that we need to improve on the midfield and fullback positions so that we can cover up those indeficiencies by Sesko with quality in other positions. And ultimately, Michael Carrick has improved from his previous game, and that's a consistent thing with Michael Carrick. He consistently improves on every game he's in charge with this team. Bringing on Liniero, bringing on Joshua Zirkzee, Mason Mount, Mazarawi to maintain structure, bring in a little bit of athleticism, and hold up the legs for the squad was intelligent substitutions. And they weren't as late as we would thought from previous games, and he consistently improves on his mistakes, something that the previous manager didn't do, who we will not name. And let me let you know, guys, Michael Carrick has now had more points this season than that scum and scammer of a freaking manager who we will not name on this channel. So please, United fans, be patient with Carrick Ball because I'm convinced if when we beat those loser scousers later this week, we will get the Champions League spot and we will probably and most definitely get Michael Carrick as our permanent manager for next season, who I'm not complaining about. Great performance, not the best performance from the team tonight, but a win is a win. United fans be complaining about a win sometimes. I don't know. You can't please everyone in this world. Like and subscribe. This is Record TV.